All right, much appreciated, Coach, as we welcome all of you to our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Atlanta Falcons. Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Ready, 50, plant.
Man, I got you.
Ito Smith, his first carry. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Looking to throw on second down. Sparks nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox, the former Mississippi State Bulldog, ringing the cowbell there on the sack. And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, Sparks. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
At the 40-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Here we go.
They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down.
We play to win. Let's go.
Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now they'll run it with Cohen. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
A quick throw. It's Arcega-Whiteside. And it's a fumble. And the Falcons grab it. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Partner, on my spot sheets, I highlighted turnover margin because we remember they turned it over 4 times last week. So another one here in the first quarter. This isn't the way they want to go.
No, not even close. And it's not something they even imagine because the amount of time that we know that they spend in practice talking about what they need to get done, working on it, showing them how to take care of the football, and emphasizing what it means in terms of winning, they got to just be puzzled right now that they're not taking care of the ball better.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle 1st down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Nelson Aguilar, the intended receiver, but it's going to be second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Check 43. Wall, get wall. Tight dog.
Lefty. 22 jet bombers. 22 jet bombers.
Small. No.
They run. This is Cohen. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down.
Here we go. 120.
Here we go.
Now Wentz on third down. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Grady Jarrett able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Really something about how teams are so competitively matched and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
You know he hated taking the loss there on third down. So no problems at all on that one. And you know there's virtually no win. This is a kicker's dream here tonight.
It absolutely is, isn't it? So to me, with no wind, it should be a passer's dream as well, right? But in this case, the defense held out. They had to force the field goal.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Ready up.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Sparks. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll make this a second down. Now it's Smith running right. With a lot of the media, Charles, ourselves included, starting to prep those MVP ballots, you wonder if last week's performance, which he admitted was not very good, if that hurt him at all coming down the stretch.
Less than 50 yards on the ground in last week's game that you referenced, and let's face it, if he has another game like that, we'll erase him from the MVP discussion. He won't even be talked about anymore. He has to bounce back with 100-plus in this one in order to stay in that race.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons.
1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Let's go now. 60 or. Greystone, travel.
Check.
Hey, Jet. Ready?
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. 11 more on that one and another first down.
I think the good offensive coordinators in the league now are looking at the fullback position and finding the right guys to hide in that spot and increase their passing game, as we just saw there. How about the run after catch? Racked him.
Well, yeah, whether it's a true fullback, a tight end, you put in the fullback spot, you know they're going to be tough to bring down if you can get them the football in the passing game. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. Smith is the lone man in the backfield here as they get ready for 2nd and goal. 2nd and 2. to the goal line, but it's incomplete. The intended target was Calvin Ridley, but now it's 3rd and goal.
This goes to the goal line. You got to be very careful with the offense calls rub routes. When I call a pick trying to screen you off from your coverage, does a nice job of avoiding that and helping force an incompletion.
This Eagle defense, they won't give in without a fight. This is 3rd and goal.
Switch. Look, squeeze. Check. Let's go.
Here we go now with Smith. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
They took it all the way to the 1, but in the end, opt for 3.
Just doesn't sound right, does it? If you got all the way down to the 1-yard line, isn't that supposed to be a play in the end zone that culminates in a touchdown for your team?
And per usual, it felt like the guys on the sideline wanted to go ahead and go for it.
Of course they did, but of course head coach, it defers back to him, and he made the decision. Let's get 3 out of this, make sure we get some points.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Now Cohen. And I think we've got a hold here. It's a 5-yard pickup for the moment. Let's see what our referee says.
Let's go, baby.
So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot, but they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
From the gun, it's Wentz. Throw left side complete. It's Ford. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and 10.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this 1st quarter. These 2 teams all tied after 1. Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. Working from the gun, Wentz. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Isaiah Oliver with the INT. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the 1st half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds.
Let it.
Gotta do better. Come on, QB, come on.
Yeah.
A 1st down carry for Smith. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Check.
They'll try the right side here with Smith. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
The Falcons on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Check three. Slam.
From the gun, Sparks. And it's complete. Hooper. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, they were in the red zone, and they needed a 1st down. Was it a surprise to you that they went to the tight end?
Not at all. I thought, though, the defense might put a little more pressure on him, but still able to complete it.
18 Gators.
They can't hang with us. 6 guys. Check 6.
Smith trying to run for it. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Ito Smith, his 19th touchdown now on the season. And the Falcons have taken the lead. Lutz good on the extra point. And the lead is now 10-3. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. To throw, it's Wentz. Catch is made by Arcega-Whiteside. 14 yards there and an Eagle 1st down. Open man is Arcega-Whiteside. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. On 2nd down, it's Cohen, and he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
Check. Crunch. Crunch.
On play action, Wentz. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Thought he had the pick. Flag comes in for PI, so cancel it out.
Interference. A killer for them. Thought they had a nice play. Instead, they'll be marching off yardage against them.
To Cohen. And he still has yet to get on track in this 1st half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. Well, another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage, because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down. Take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
On 2nd down now. It's Cohen, and he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Some of the most
do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Drive the Falcons offense at the line. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
23 yards on the play.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL.
Check 49, check 49.
Hatchet. Check 52. Check. Hey, alert 3.
Sleep rip.
On first down, Smith. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Operating from the gun, Sparks. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Switch.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Back to throw. Sparks. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
First and 10 at the 11-yard line.
This quarterback now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10.
Hey, echo.
Now Ito Smith, and he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. The Pro Bowler Fletcher Cox there to get him down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. 7th play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8.
It's our field.
Look at me.
Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Seventh play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8.
Go.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Mike 54. Mike 54.
Now.
Looking to throw. Sparks. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. Fletcher Cox in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. The kick by Lutz is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
81.
Wentz now to throw. This short throw caught by Goddard. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
And partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. Over the middle, it's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 16 and an Eagle first down.
120.
Wentz now on 1st down. Open man, Arcega-Whiteside. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down.
Check. Fresno.
Here we go.
This is Cohen. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Now Wentz. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass.
Check 99.
Wentz again here on 2nd and 10. Flush to his right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Jeffrey Simmons in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double-teamed and sometimes triple-teamed.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. They'll run on 1st down. It's Smith. Fletcher Cox there for the tackle.
Early down stuff will put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
To throw on 2nd down. Sparks nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox in there to get him yet again. That is his 3rd sack tonight. They can't figure him out.
It's now 3rd down.
Set, ready? 90, Wolf. Hey, seam 6. Hey.
Watch the twist. Mike's 54. Watch the slant. Under 10. Under 10. 10.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Sparks, he's got this one complete to Sherfield. And they will get this across midfield, but still well short of the first as he's dropped at the 46. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And they'll let this one go right on the outskirts of the 10. They'll down it at the 11-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. And great field position coming up in the red zone at the 17-yard line.
Ready? 10-2 start.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Check, 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 check.
On 1st down, it's Smith. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Sparks. That's complete to Smith. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field.
And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Ito Smith with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Falcons use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
Let's go, baby.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards and a 1st down for Philly. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. It's Cohen. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
They try again with Cohen. And he'll get it down here to the 43.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up the 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
Now a run on 1st down is not going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Pac-Man. Ready? Great 57.
Mike 5-4,
Now they'll throw it. Wentz. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Isaiah Oliver with the INT. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that, got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Check 31.
Smooth. 61. Matchbox lights.
To throw on second down. Sparks nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Falcons on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be a tough 3rd and 18.
Hey, Haywood.
One set. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
From the shotgun, they run with Smith. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
This offense really put themselves in a tough spot on 1st and 2nd down and needing long yardage to try and pick up a 1st down. And they ended up getting a great run. Explosive, picked up nice yardage. You don't expect to be in this situation on 4th down. But guess what? It all started with what happened on 1st and 2nd down. Really put them behind the 8 ball.
And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Foyesade Oluwakan made the tackle there from his safety position. On 2nd and 9, Wentz. He's got a man. That's Marshall. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A gain there of 21 yards. 4th quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't even save it for the 2nd touchdown. You got the first one for the 2nd one to even matter.
6 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it a 2nd down. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now Wentz. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
23 yards, the final tally. Again, it's Wentz. They'll leave it for Cohen, complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wentz gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
Do you think after that last run they're thinking to themselves, we had to wait all day to play this night game? and we're still not able to run the ball the way we want to.
Yeah, this defense, they've risen to the challenge all evening long. They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. Now here's Pollard, and he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Tony Pollard hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as his guys are back within a single score.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it worked very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
This is Smith. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. The corner, Ronald Darby, comes up to get him.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down.
Hey, exit.
Again, it's Smith. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play of this football game. They'll run it now with Smith. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Set. 30 base.
Pick it up, pick it up. Pick it up. Joker, 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 Joker. Kill, kill, kill. Turn it up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn it up.
On first down, it's Smith. Gets past one man. Able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37. Now the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
8, read.
Let's go, B, let's go. Now let's get there.
On 2nd down, here's Smith. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a 1-score game. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll run on first down. Smith. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Ito Smith, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Falcons push further out in front.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face, and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a two-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go up and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Shotgun now for Wentz. And he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Wentz. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
And so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Now Wentz again. And it's caught. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Let's go.
A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. Again, they'll throw with Wentz. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Isaiah Oliver with the INT. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
Tonight's final score.
And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Falcons, it's a very important win as they move to 9-4 now on the year. And they'll get another home date next week as the Saints will come to town. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, it's a loss that could have implications on the playoff race as they fall to 9-4. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Baltimore Ravens. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.